And this is Paul's Power Pie. Welcome to Paul's Power Pie. And today we are always having good shows, good podcasts, good sessions and episodes. And today we have one of the greatest ones. Last time we talked about fitting, keeping fit, and doing gym, exercising and all that. Today we are having another one talking about now food. Wakenya tunapenda kukula sana. Unatembea hivyo unakula mahindi, hata sasa nimekula mahindi, kamutura, nini. But we don't know about dieting, we don't know about good nutrition and all that. We just pick foods and we are used to diarrhea. We diarrhea all the time and we say that nile mutura ya jana, all those things. So but today we are having some professionals who can help us on that. Guys, thank you so much first for subscribing to my show. Thank you so much for being there for me, and I really we came from 500 says to 542. I really appreciate that. Keep subscribing, share it to your friends, like it and comment something there. Kama umekula mtura leo unaweza comment hapo, leo umekula mtura ya mbao ama ya 30. Just comment something there. So without going too much to this, let me introduce my friends here. We talk about kukula sana na mambo ya nutrition. So karibuni sana to my show.
Thank you.
So this is Paul's Power Pie. Karibuni sana, and you can introduce yourself because naona umeshika mic. You can start.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you very much for starters, Paul, for inviting me to your podcast. My name is Geoffrey Lante. I have just finished school, KMTC. I have pursued nutrition and dietetics diploma, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Karibu sana.
Thank you so much. Yeah. I'm always nervous when I'm beginning shows.
Wacha kukua nervous we bana.
But I must communicate this to my friends.
Yeah.
So that is how I handle it.
Sure.
So my name is Francis Mutua. I'm a nurse by profession.
Yeah.
I have 5 years working experience as a nurse, and I'm happy to be here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys, for coming. Now this place is smelling medical and medicine and all that. Pharmaceutical. So now today I'll be using big words. Pharmaceutical, medicine, medical, the big words. So by the way, I'll start with you, Francis.
Yeah.
Why did you become a nurse?
Okay. That's a nice question.
Yeah.
For me, I would say my nursing is a calling.
Yeah.
Out of my perception, it's a calling. Because in the year 2014, when I came out of high school, I used to hear the sirens of the ambulances when I was working around Nairobi. And then I used to say like, why can't I be one of those rescuers in that ambulance, going or rushing somewhere to go and rescue some patients or some casualties.
Yeah.
And this a dream come true today. And then I call it a calling to me. That's when I became a nurse. Assist the sick, to help those who are in need, and even those who are dying also, to restore some hope to them, to take care of them.
That's so amazing. I asked another friend of mine, why did you choose this career you are doing? They don't need the money first. These other things come next, but money, mula. Yeah, but that's amazing, really amazing. Yeah. This guy here, Geoffrey Lante.
Yes.
I like Lante. So, why did you go for nutrition?
Well, when I was young, I happened to interact with people who are working in the medical industry, and how they presented themselves or whatever they were doing happened to captivate me. So I was like, hey, my guy, I want to be like you when I grow up. First of all, yes, they had the cars, they had the lifestyle, and those ones were attractive. But so after I finished high school, I think I wanted to pursue anything that related to medicine. However, what happens with most of us is that we are not, when in high school, we are not exposed to the various options. You just know that being a doctor or a nurse or anything. So when I applied to KMTC, I think the nursing slots were full, so I opted to go for nutrition and dietetics, of course after consultation with some people that I trusted.
Yes. So you were almost becoming a nurse.
Yes.
Okay, the dream is next to you. The dream is just next to you. It's so amazing. Today we are talking about nutrition, and we know we as Kenyans, we eat a lot. Hadi kuna umbe fulani tukiona hivi, unajua umbe unaweza kupeleka mahali kuna chakula, kuna ka event hivi. So and we just eat food from here to the next. Like most people eat ugali. Like right now, you know that you're gonna eat ugali tonight. So many people eat ugali today, Kenya. So nisabunge kipanda bado tuna complain. So one of the first questions I want to ask is, what are the biggest misconceptions you have ever had about food and nutrition?
Yeah, so misconception is like deception.
Yeah.
That is not true.
Yeah.
For me, I can say I've not experienced some of the misconception. Mine is, I think it's on the good side of it. Yeah. So in terms of its lifestyle, nutrition is a lifestyle.
Sure.
Because people take different foods and all that, and it's something that is modifiable. You can take a fatty food, you can take a salty food, you can take a high calorie food. Those are lifestyles. They can be modified, they can be changed according to how people want their life to be. So when you modify them to maybe not concern about your health, you are going to predispose yourself to so many diseases, and in fact you are going to reduce at the end your lifespan, because it involves a lot of things, some dangerous things, especially diseases.
Najua nimekuuliza hiyo, mimi nishisikia zangu. Na maybe unaweza niambia. Mimi nimesikia ukikula sana utakuwa strong.
Ukikula sana.
Ukikula sana. Ukiangusha plate mzima pale hivi kadhaa utakuwa strong.
Unakuwa strong. So on my side as a nurse, because I've learned about nutrition, a bit of it, but my friend is going to sharpen that. It is not about eating a lot. It's about eating healthy. That is a balanced diet. Your body, there are certain requirement that it requires of nutrition. It is not the excess or less. It should be a standard one, so that you become strong. It's not about eating a lot. It's about eating healthy. A balanced diet.
Sisi tunaangusha nini sana mzima ya gideri. Unaangusha si high school tulikuwa tunaangusha nini. Na these guys tulisoma na high school wote.
You can take a lot of food, but again it's useless to your body, because the waste is going to be taken out at the required amount, especially at night. When you take a whole san of ugali at night, and your body is at rest, no activities, nothing. In fact, you are injuring yourself. It doesn't help you.
Okay.
Maybe you take a bigger sahani in the morning while you are going through the activities. Because activities stimulate metabolism. Metabolism is digestion of the food and all that, absorption and everything, while you are working, while you are in activity.
Okay. Maybe Lante, you can tell us the misconceptions you have had.
Yes, so I've thought about it, and there are a couple of misconceptions going around about nutrition. First of all, I don't know whether you guys have seen people advertising food commodities or supplements, especially to target people who are overweight. That is something that I have encountered firsthand. And you see, those supplements or whatever they are trying to sell, they promise quick fixes. You see, and biologically, a process of, losing weight does not take place overnight. It doesn't even take place in weeks. It could be a couple of months to years. So yes, and funny enough, people are still falling for those quacks. So that is one of them. Another one that I have handled personally is the issue about sugar. there's a lot of information, nutrition information going around nowadays, and people have grasped the notion that sugar is bad. Sugar is actually scientifically the culprit to most chronic illnesses, and it's good that people have understood that sugar is not always the good guy in your plate. But you find someone who is overweight, for example, anakwambia, I was told that if I take a lot of sugar and sugary stuff, I will gain weight because they will be stored as fat, which is true. But again, they end up telling you that in fact, in I take a lot of fruits, I take a lot of honey and everything, and you see that is a contraindication because already fruits contain sugar. So I think those are some of the misconceptions that I have come across about nutrition.
Wow.
Yes.
I think this is the first question I should have asked. What's a balanced diet? This is the first question I should have asked. Everybody talks about balanced diet.
Okay, a balanced diet. I will start from what we learned in a module called Principles of Human Nutrition.
Tumeenda class kidogo.
Class kidogo. So for optimum health, there are several pillars, factors that come into play when we are talking about health in relation to eating. So we have adequacy. The food that you eat should be adequate. It should have enough nutrients. It should have enough energy, and it should be from different sources. That is variety. And also we have what you're talking about, balance. So balance in that context, I would say, is when a food provides enough nutrients that are required by the body and is also from different sources. I think that's the easiest way I could break down what a balanced diet is.
Simple language.
Yes. Ikwe, we all know that we have carbohydrates, proteins and fats. So balance is making sure that you have protein in your food, you have fats in your food, of course vitamins and minerals, and to some extent water. That is balance.
That is balance.
Yes.
Let's hear from Mr. Francis.
Just the same as my friend has said.
Yes.
A balanced diet, just taking food that has the 4 elements. That is the vitamins. You make your food after maybe your food it has a fruit.
Yes.
Those are vitamins, and or vegetables, and then proteins. Make sure your food has proteins, has carbohydrates, and has fats. That is basically a balanced diet. Like for example, for the sake of our viewers, you can take a plate with a rice. Rice is a carbohydrate.
Rice hii tunakulanga sana. Watu tutengeneza meal right now. Rice, tumeweka rice kwa sahani side.
Then you can have a few pieces of meat. That is proteins.
Meat,
Of meat.
Few means like 10.
3 pieces.
3 pieces.
3 pieces of meat.
Because in Africa, 10 can also be few. Okay.
That is meat. Proteins. And then of course this food is cooked with cooking oil. So it contains fats.
Fats, okay.
And then maybe you can have a vegetable. And you can have a fruit. And then water. I'm good. The water can be available. Some other things there, meat. I have a question. Something you said that we should not eat a lot during the night. And then most of us, we are working up and down during the day. Then the time you get to eat, it is that time, 9 p.m. So you put a very good plate there to compensate that you never ate. So how would someone balance their own diet even when they are busy? So the concept is, especially during the night, when you take a whole large plate of ugali, what happens now? You are going to rest. When you are going to rest, the body assumes to rest automatically. It senses that you are going to rest. So everything rests within the body. No metabolism. So the food is just taken, it's sleeping in the stomach. It is sleeping in the intestines. No metabolism. There is nothing. In fact, you are straining your body. That food cannot be digested. It is a total waste. Haitakuwa na manufaa kwa mwili yako. So during the night you can take a small diet, bora tukwe balanced diet.
So unaweza kula kitu kadogo.
Kitu kadogo. But in the morning, because you are starting your activities, take enough. I would say, because we are professionals, I won't say you take a lot. Take enough. Take enough for the body. Balanced diet. At least when you start walking to work, that food will be digested. Metabolism starts because your body is now active. Everything is active. Peristalsis is active, very much active. Peristalsis is the movement of food from the mouth to the gut.
You have to clarify for me. You have to clarify for me. This language, this language is a lot.
So
you said this peristalsis. We were taught in primary school with a stick, with a stick of kichapo kwanza.
So everything is working. So absorption is going to take place. Digestion is going to take place, and even elimination is going to take place.
Yes. Because some of us sleep. You are sleeping like this because unajua umejiumiza sana ile umejishibisha. So at least you can say that you can just look on a way that you just teach your stomach uko unakula asubuhi tu. Nini kuifunza ama?
Exactly. You can teach yourself. It becomes, you adapt to that. You adapt to even sleeping. We say you should sleep for at least 6 hours in a day. Not go more than 8 hours. At least 6 hours. Maximum 8 hours. Your body should assume to that. When you don't sleep enough, you accumulate uric acid to your body. You get fatigue. That fatigue brings problems. You get headache, high blood pressure, and other things. So apart from eating, you also train your body to stay healthy. Even sleep is very, very, very important.
Very, very important. All right. I have a question for you.
Okay.
I have really asked him so many questions. And why are you resting? The economy is really very tough.
Yes.
He has said that we should have 3 pieces of meat. If I don't have money, so what do I do?
Just the same as my friend has said. A balanced diet. Just taking food that has the 4 elements. That is the vitamins. You make your food after maybe your food it has a fruit. Those are vitamins, and or vegetables, and then proteins. Make sure your food has proteins, has carbohydrates, and has fats. That is basically a balanced diet. Like for example, for the sake of our viewers, you can take a plate with rice. Rice is a carbohydrate.
Rice hii tunakulanga sana. Watu tutengeneza meal right now rice, tumeweka rice kwa sahani side.
Then you can have a few pieces of meat. That is proteins.
Meat. Amazing. Francis, I have a question for you. It's a very I've been thinking about it. You have been in the field for some years. You told me 5 years. That's a very good experience. Have you ever met someone and in the setup you're working in, and then they told you that you felt like they regretted what they ate during their early times?
They regretted what they fed.
I don't have money and I need to eat balanced diet.
Yes. So that is a very good question, because it's one of the things that we are facing, especially the young generation, and we are still trying to stay fit. So as we had mentioned earlier, we have the 4 components of food. We have proteins. We get them from different sources. We have animal protein, animal products, and plant products. Plant products ni vitu kama beans, ndengu, tuko na kamande. See, those are proteins. They provide proteins. For animal sources, tuko na maziwa, tuko na meat, tuko na eggs, tuko na hizo chicken and everything. So again, that is protein. For carbohydrates, we have very many sources of carbohydrates. Grains zote, rice and whole grains. We have chapatis, ugali. For fats, I guess that is where we have a little bit of a problem, because you'll get fat from what you're using to cook food, but again you can get fat from meat. meats inakwanga na this
Nyama.
fatty. And then again we have some whole foods like eggs. An egg will provide fat, protein and carbohydrates. Anyway, for the purpose of your question, utapata yenyewe unataka kukula healthy lakini una pesa ya nini ya kanyama. We have substitutes, unaona. Si lazima ukule nyama ndio umekula nini protein. In as much as it provides high biological value protein, we have substitutes. Unaweza pata marage, unaweza endapo kwa madhe upate marage yako ya 30, unaona, you have supplied your diet with protein. Because I think protein is usually the most expensive. So that's how you can get to have a balanced diet. I think for carbohydrates, many people have access to ugali, we have access to chapatis, mchele, and for vegetables, mama mboga yako hapo ametushikilia, si ndio?
Hata nikitoka hapa naenda kule ugali na mama mboga atapata mbao.
Si ndio? So I think the issue inakwanga protein. So we can do the substitutes, the milk substitutes, the eggs. Eggs are better to purchase than meat, of course. So there are alternatives.
Okay.
Yes.
We have generation A, squeezy, Gen Z. They want fast foods. Indomie, pizza, burger, soda. Yani, you don't need to cook a lot. Katakata vitunguu.
Yes.
What can you say about it? Because even after here, I feel like I can eat a burger. Yeah. What do you think?
I think there are many factors zenye zina boil down to your choice of food. You could be eating food because of your mood. You could be eating food because your friends introduced you to it, or because it is what you can access at the moment. So, but all in all, lazima tuongee ukweli. There is healthy eating habits and there are unhealthy eating habits. So burgers, pizzas, chips and everything, those things are not bad. They only become bad when your habit of eating now becomes bad, when you're eating them constantly in place of other nutritious food. Tumesema saile that we have pillars of nutrition. We talked about variety ni kukula food from different sources, but you see now it becomes a problem when you constantly eat fast foods, unaona, and that's when na sasa inakuwa issue. So for the Gen Z, I think for any generation hakuna siku tutai bishana na tuseme there's anything better than health. So in as much as we're enjoying ourselves, we should be mindful of our health. So kukula fiti is the first priority. It's the first step to being a healthy you, and we should hata kama tunapenda kudishizo vitu zingine zinatupatia utamu, just know that there's always a healthy alternative to eating healthy.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Francis, I have a question for you. It's a very, I've been thinking about it. You have been in the field for some years. You told me 5 years. That's a very good experience. Have you ever met someone and in the setup you're working in, and then they told you that you felt like they regretted what they ate during their early times?
Yeah, from experience, I have seen a couple of them. I have managed patients with diabetes, I have managed patients with hypertension, and also with cancer. Mostly, especially for diabetes and hypertension. All these issues arise from our lifestyle. Some are modifiable, others you can't change, like age. You can't change your age. Age is a risk factor to hypertension, for example. As you age, you can develop hypertension because of the age. Others are genes. Those you can't change them. But the modifiable factors are our lifestyle. What we feed. For example, we did an amputation of one of the limbs of a certain guy. Kukata mguu yani. Because he had developed diabetes, and then he developed something called diabetic foot. You find the foot has died. It has no sensation, the nerves have died, the supply of blood, everything has died. So the only choice, definitive management, was to amputate or to cut it off so that you can relieve the pain and everything. So that person was telling me, maybe if I can advise the youth, I would never put sugar in my tea. I would never put sugar in my tea. I will be very cautious on how I use sugar in all my diet. And for example, the youth we have, the generation we have, if you do some analysis, you find that most of the foods they are feeding, mostly in protein and high calorie foods, carbohydrates. Chips, vitu tamtam. Unampata pale tu anaekewa chips. Vitu zingine zenye mnataja tu mtapata either waru ama chapati. Those things are predisposing them to hypertension or diabetes. Either at the end they are going to gain weight. There is something we call BMI. We can explain it better. We have overweight, we have obesity, we have the normal weight. So the moment you are overweight, and you are overweight because of feeding high calorie foods, for example, they are more concerned about the weight. Increasing weight, we get hypertension. Because hypertension, we say, is the high blood pressure ya damu tu pale kwa mshipa. High blood pressures within our bloodstream, our blood vessels, more than 90 ama 140. Because it's like a pipe. So when you take proteins, when you increase weight, the pipe starts thinning or thickening. That is thickening. So the space, the lumen, inaenda ikireduce. So ikireduce hivyo unapata blood moves with a lot of pressure. Because of the feeding that we are feeding and the kind of foods we are eating.
Do you think that we will have high reports, statistics of people with hypertension and diabetes in future?
We will have, because our people, us, we like, even most of us, we like eating these sweet things. Unapata sukari chai unaeka vijiko kama 3 ama 4. You want to feel the good, the taste. Lakini you are injuring yourself. To some extent, unajua mwili ni kama gari tu. To some extent, after a while, after many years ama a few years, now your body will get tired of controlling blood sugars. There is a way how our bodies control blood sugars. We have some hormones, like the pancreas, we have glucagon and insulin to control sugars. They can have a problem. That is what we call diabetes type 2. They have a problem now. They can no longer control your blood sugars. Now you develop diabetes. But it can be managed by feeding healthy. You can manage it by feeding healthy.
Wow. Unajua umenishtua. You are really threatening my life, and I really put sugar. Sugar, I really, hadi mtu karibu abebe kakibuyu hadi hoteli, you think that you should put more sugar because you are paid for that tea. Final question. What would you advise us? And maybe please mention about soda. Soda, we really love soda out here. What is the final thing you could tell Gen A, Gen Z, and even other generations you have met and your experiences about everything about nutrition and food?
So it's a nice question, and I will happily advise those generations, as you've mentioned. Let's feed healthy. In terms of, we talked of salt, sugar, they are very dangerous. And a lot of proteins, they are very dangerous to our health. Salt, we say, is the second major cause of hypertension in the whole world. Salt.
Oh, salt.
Salt is the second.
Even
Salt is very bad. In fact, someone with hypertension, ukimpatia chumvi tu arambe kidogo, and then the high BPs, the pressure shoot, zinapanda juu. So you may think it's just like a journey. Now you are 15 years. You start taking a lot of salt. You are taking a lot of sugary foods like chips. You are taking tam, those things. Now when you reach 40, the consequences will begin now showing. You will start developing signs of hypertension, signs of diabetes, and that is how your worst life has just begun when you should enjoy it. So we should keep off and start training ourselves like our dads used to eat healthy, those traditional foods. Without the sugars, without the salt, they fed healthy. That's why they lived so many years. In fact, we can change our lifespan in our country or in our whatever, society. In our continent, in our society. We can increase the lifespan by modifying whatever we are feeding or our lifestyles.
Oops, that's amazing. Now it is you. Now, The final one, uko Gen A ama uko Gen Z? Z ni wanakuja kuishia 2010 kutoka 2000 uko 1999 uko 2000. Uko Z. Nyinyi ndio mnakula vibaya. Okay. Sisi tuko wazee sana 1920. Okay, what would you advise someone out there who is having bad eating habits?
I will repeat what I said a while ago, that one of the biggest investments you can do for yourself as a young person is, or as a parent to your children, is to invest in their health, because usually what happens with nutrition and health is that whatever we eat now hatupati results immediately. They compound, zinajazana kama wanasema unaweka akiba, unaona, so they compound and then at a specific time in life sasa zinakuja kufanya nini, kukulipukia. So eating healthy will always be the healthier choice kuliko kutokula unhealthy. But again, what I would like to tell people to emphasize on is that because there are so many people with different opinions, kila siku article inatokea unasikia there's this new finding and everything, wa try to work hard to understand the genuine information about nutrition. Find for example a nutritionist qualified who you can trust, mwenye atakuwa na kuguide on your dieting and how to go about your health and lifestyle.
Yes. And this is because I've said that. So I have two of you.
Yes,
yeah, I've already have my nutrition ready to can do up. So actually, thank you so much guys for coming, and I am very happy for good questions. I have so many questions, but I am told time is really a big issue here. So I have questions which I have to ask nutritionists, because you have come to my show. It's a tradition that I have to ask some questions which are very important here. Okay. Just don't think a lot. They are not hard. So because you have the mic, I should start with you. Am I going to throw the mic?
No, it's okay.
I can start with you. Very simple question. Very simple. In 5 seconds, you tell me the answer.
Okay.
Take off my skin. I won't cry. But you will. What am I?
Pardon?
That's the way unataka kunenia. Unataka kufikiria sana. Take off my skin, I won't cry. But you will.
Onion.
What am I? So wewe unataka kufikiria? Tunakuona sana. It's time for Francis. This is very simple. Okay. I can fall off a building and live, but in the water I will die. What am I? I can fall off a building huko juu and live, but in the water I will die. What am I? I give you a hint. Doctor uses them to, like apple. So the doctor can use it to give a prescription. The pharmacist can,
A drug.
Sorry?
A tablet or a drug.
Not really. Not really. The doctor can use it to write something.
Prescription papers.
I got it. Unampeleka nyumbani hadi kwa big shop. Unataka ngine ya misho? Just ulikuwa simbo yako. Ya misho. Okay. What is considered the world's most dangerous animal to humans?
Humans.
Yeah.
It's humans.
It's humans.
Yes.
Not really. Even they have not given that answer here. Human beings are not very dangerous like mosquitoes.
Oh God.
Mosquitoes, man. Thank you so much, guys, for coming. Thank you so much for the content. I really appreciate that very much, and we wish to have part 2 of that. But I would want to hear about that, and especially I want to gain weight, and I've tried my level best to gain weight, and I've never gained weight. Nikiwaambia yangu mtaanza kunicheka, but sitawaambia, nitawaambia off camera. So thank you so much for coming.
Pleasure.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that very much. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. You've watched the show till to this extent. I really appreciate that very, very much. Keep subscribing, share my videos. You can comment. You can even say anything down there. We allow everybody to write anything you want. But just before I go, make your food to be your medicine, and let your medicine be your food. Spells Power Pie, Paul and Dilo.